you brought up something in the paper, and it's worth reading about. John Schneider, his draft record versus Quayce is I guess we want to talk about, but you did a story on it this week. The more you do this, I mean, you did it in the NFC North, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God. And now when you look at the Super Bowl champion versus what Quayce did as GM, it's a chasm. It's a chasm, and it's
maybe it helps explain why Mark Wilf had to call an emergency firing in the middle of at the end of January or whatever it was. It's Schneider's a great story, and looking for trying to do something unique from afar. I talked to Ron Wolf. Ron Wolf is the guy who was, Hall of Fame general manager with the Packers. John Schneider was a junior at St. Thomas, and he loved football and he wanted to get into football. So he started writing and reaching out to Ron Wolf. He's from De Pere, Wisconsin. So he wasn't looking to go join the Vikings. He wanted to join the Packers. And he finally caught Ron Wolf in the office on a Sunday. He hired him, came out for an internship, hired him as a scout the next year. Lifelong scout. He's 54 years old now. He's like 22. He just starts out as a scout. Grind, learning how to evaluate players, grind, become an assistant director, a director, pro director, then a player overall director, then assistant GM with the Packers. And then, now he's built 2 Super Bowl teams, a decade apart with 2 different rosters. And, so that's why whenever they walk like a Quayce Adolfo Mensa in, and he's talking, and it seems refreshing to some people, like he's talking about being a Wall Street trader, and he's, he got hired, and this is an entry level analytics guy that made it up to kind of a, I would say like an honorary type, assistant to Barry in Cleveland, and that's it. That's a level of it, and he's going to walk in and be the head of a direct head. He's going to be not the guy down the hallway telling the football guys that, hey, these numbers don't work out here. Take a look at this. He's the guy setting the tone. He's the guy with the final say. And that's why it was absurd. And, but you got kind of like, old guy, old school, right, blah, blah, blah. So when you see Schneider do this, or even Elliott Wolf, who is Ron Wolf's son, he's the de facto GM of the Patriots. You look at their drafts. Well, for Schneider, the last 4 drafts, he had 571 starts. 30 of the 38 players are still on this team that went to and won the Super Bowl.